Yeah, okay. Real quick, let me fill in these blanks for you, then we'll do some Q&A. Momentum stoppers, you know most of this. Letter A, a disengaged leader will kill your momentum. A disengaged leader, a leader who's kind of looking towards retirement. It's hard to get that person to engage in new things, it generally is. A leader who has a hobby ministry on the side, you know, they're a writer and they're focused on writing, or they're being asked to go speak, so they're running around speaking all the time. Good, wonderful things, but they just get a little bit disengaged from the ministry. A disengaged leader kills momentum because sharp leaders know when a leader is or isn't paying attention to what they're doing. A sharp leader knows when they're sitting in the meeting and they feel like their leader is just kind of biding the time, yeah, let's get through the meeting because they want to get on to what they really want to do. Leaders know that. And you can't create and sustain momentum without great leadership. So a disengaged leader. Letter B, overactive management. Let me talk about this for just a second. There is always in your organization going to be a tension between the managers and the leaders. And that doesn't mean managers can't be leaders or leaders shouldn't manage. But I'm going to polarize these for just a second to talk about this tension. Managers, and the point and the goal of management is to make things the same. That's a system where it's always done the same way, so there's predictability. You have to manage towards sameness, but you lead toward change. So you manage toward sameness, you lead toward change. If you only allow the managers to shape your ministry, eventually everything becomes the same, and it's very predictable, and it's wonderful at one level, but it's almost impossible to maintain and sustain momentum if everything is managed to sameness. Now, without managers, there's just sheer chaos, right? And some of you have been involved in churches now where there's explosive growth. And at first it was exciting, and now it's just a little bit too chaotic, and you're looking for managers, you're looking for systems. You gotta have both. We call that around here a polarity to manage. It is not a problem to solve. It's a polarity to manage. That is, how much management, how much leadership. Oh, we're getting a little bit too much the same. We need a little more chaos, too much chaos. We need a little more. It's not a problem you solve. It is a tension you live with, and you learn to live with it within your organization. But if you only manage to sameness, you're never, ever, ever going to be able to sustain momentum, because with momentum comes an element of chaos. And chaos is okay. It's good to have a little chaos. And if you're uncomfortable with that, perhaps you should get somebody else to lead, and you be the second person to help them manage everything back towards sameness, because both are absolutely necessary. You can't. It's not just leadership and no systems. It's not just systems without leadership. You got to have both. I wrote this in my notes, that momentum requires friction. Anything that reduces friction has the potential to reduce momentum. Momentum requires friction. Anything that reduces momentum or that reduces friction has the potential to reduce your momentum. If you get out on a frozen lake and try to run, the reason you can't get any momentum is because there's no what? There's no friction, right? Friction is required for forward motion. So there's gonna be some chaos, there's gonna be some friction, and again, trying to figure out in your organization how you lead and manage and keep both of those things front and center, because they're both absolutely necessary. It's something you gotta figure out organizationally. Letter C, complacency. I wrote in your notes, you rarely regain momentum by simply doing what you did to create it in the first place. Complacency is, hey, this is what we do. This is the way we do it. We're a blank church. We're a such and such a church. This is how we got here. This is what made us famous. This is what made us big. This is what worked in the old days. Complacency is, we're going to just keep doing what we've always done because God blessed it in the past. We know he's going to bless it in the future. You just don't gain and sustain momentum that way. And again, we all fall into this trap of thinking, you know what, if we're lacking momentum, what did we do in the past to create it? Let's go do that again. And that almost never, ever works, because things change so quickly. And then letter D is complexity. Complexity. The great thing about a church plant is there's no complexity. Now, it's hard, but it's not complex, because it's just you and your 2 kids and your wife. It's not complex. We can all get in the car. When you add a couple staff members, you've added a level of complexity, but it's still so very, very simple. But complexity kills momentum oftentimes. And you know this because you've had those staff meetings, and you come back from a conference with a great new idea, and you're the leader, so it's all about chaos, and it's this great idea, but you have a very complex system. So you're holding this great idea going, where do we do this? Well, that room's taken, that room's taken, that night's taken, that day's taken, that morning's taken, that night's taken. We got to do this, but there's so much complexity in the organization, you can't ever get it to settle in, or you finally settle it in, but you have competing systems. Let's do small groups, but they got to go to Sunday school. What about the choir members? Okay, so we want everybody to be in Sunday school except the choir members because they got to do both services. You know, I grew up in this system. And let's do small groups, but if you're in, so all of those are good things, but they compete for the same resources and the same people. When you have competing systems within your church, and most churches grow toward complexity, which means we all grow toward competing systems and complexity always begin to undermine momentum because the complexity of managing all these things makes me want to turn my back on more chaos because of everything I'm trying to keep going right now. Then lastly is a breach of trust. A breach of trust. You know this. You can have all the momentum in the world, and then you catch your senior pastor, you catch a senior leader stealing money or whatever, and boom,